I'm all in my bag, as hard as it get. I do not store powder, I might take a sip. I might hit the blunt, but I'm liable to trip. I ain't popping no pill, but you do it.
What is up, guys? It is your boy Killer Expert back here again with another video, 5 days in a row. I know y'all thought I was gonna upload today, but we are sneaking it in right under 12 o'clock. But today's video is going to be about the good and bad of Chapter 2. And so we're going to do basically 5 reasons that Fortnite Chapter 2 was a good implement, and then 5 reasons that it was a bad implement. So starting with the good, we have, let me look at my notes here because I can't remember everything like these YouTubers. I don't know how they be doing it, but for the good, we have number 1 is the chest spawn. So we have 100% chest spawn rate, which is great for you know, pros or people that are just really know the game and like to land at certain spots, because if you know where the chests are, they're guaranteed to be there all the time, and you can get loot ahead of your enemies. So I really like that implementation of Chapter 2. Moving on to the second reason is fishing. I think that's a great implementation into the game, as it allows for, number 1, just a new mechanic, something that people, that fans will enjoy, and then also it allows for you to gain health super fast, and I think it will really be a great strategy and competitive Fortnite especially. As moving on to number 3, we have the arcade-like feel of Fortnite Chapter 2. This is definitely one of the best pros of Chapter 2 for me, just because it feels like Season 1, and the nostalgic feel is just irreplaceable for me. What I mean by the arcade-like feel is that the weapons and the skins were tuned a little bit to look more cartoonish, and the open world looks a little bit more cartoonish as well. It was getting a little bit too real, you know, in Season 10, which it was a good look, you know, it looked clean, but I do like the cartoonish feel a lot more, as that's what they started with. Moving on to number 4, we have the that they made the sniper actually a valuable weapon in the game. So if you watch competitive Fortnite at all, really people didn't carry but a shotgun and a AR, because obviously they're trying to, you know, keep heals and all of that. But if they did carry a sniper, it was really just the heavy sniper to be able to have that one shot of a wall, so that they could penetrate the box of another player and kill them easily. Now in this game, you have these snipers that you can actually shoot people with, not like you didn't have that before, but you don't have this heavy sniper in the game, so people are picking up the sniper and they're using it to actually snipe people, because there is no mobility in the game, and that's gonna be in the bad section of Chapter 2. But that's one of the main reasons why the sniper is now a valuable option, is because since there's no mobility, you're gonna have a lot of people walking and rotating into the zone via just, you know, obviously running, and so, you know, the sniper is definitely more valuable. So moving on to the bad of Chapter 2. So my first thing was the shotgun change. So the pump shotgun change, I really hate that change. I really wish they would stop messing with the pump, man. I felt amazing with the pump in the last 2 seasons, especially when they got rid of the combat pro or the combat shotgun. That was amazing. But they had to go and mess with it again, and now we have the white, all the way from the white to the gold variant of the shotgun in the game, which is great, but the white to blue variant basically does or barely does any damage, and basically you should take the tack almost every single time unless you have a purple or golden tack or pump. Sorry. So moving on to number 2 of the bad of Chapter 2, we have the sensitivity change. So they did tweak the sensitivity a little bit. Well, just from my perspective, I feel like they tweaked the sensitivity just a little bit. Even with my legacy settings copied exactly from Season 10, I still do have a little bit of trouble aiming, and so I'm trying to get used to that. You know, I've seen clips of, you know, obviously famous YouTubers that play Fortnite, that even Ninja has said that, you know, his shots are a little off. You know, he has to tweak his sensitivity to pertain to Chapter 2. So I didn't really like that they changed that. I felt that they should keep it the same. And kind of piggybacking onto that, excuse me, piggybacking onto that is the audio changes. I think the audio is a little bit drowned out. You can't really hear footsteps, and that's just a huge deterrent for me. I actually did stop playing Fortnite in Season 8 when they completely reworked that the footsteps, and so because I couldn't hear where people were coming from, and I had that kind of same thing starting chapter 2, but I was able to push past it, obviously because of all the pros of chapter 2 being implemented. Moving on to number 3 for the bad is the shield deficiency in the game right now. Obviously you do have the fishing mechanic where you can gain health and shield by the fish, but that you're very vulnerable when you are fishing, so obviously you want just a regular shield pot or minis, and they did take out a lot of shield items such as the chug jug and the chug splashes, which were very helpful in the game previously. So I feel like I will go half the game without shield, and that's a huge problem, because if I'm fighting anybody of a good skill level, then I'm already prone to lose the fight, and that's something that I just shouldn't be at that disadvantage. I would rather us both be at 200 rather than somebody luckily finding a shield pod and being at 150 and then I'm at 100 and I can't do anything about it. So yeah, that's something that I really don't like. On to number 4 is obviously the no mobility, like I talked about. Really there is only boats in the game, and obviously the waterways are pretty limited. Well, not pretty limited, but obviously you can only go certain ways on the map, and so if the boat is your only transportation, then you can't really do anything on land. Yes, of course you can drive the boats on land, but it does damage the boat over time, and the boats are obviously pretty slow on land. So I think they are going to be implementing the little cars around the map. I might put a picture on screen, I might not, because it's a late upload, but I think they will be implementing that kind of car into the game and just making it drivable, which would be great. I just want a car, it doesn't need missiles, it doesn't need guns, I just need it to drive on land. It needs to be a four-person vehicle. I think we need to see that. I don't know if we've had the golf cart was a 4-person vehicle, but I think it just needs to be a 4-person vehicle so that in squads matches we can have fun as well with that. Last but not least, we have the bots in the game for chapter 2. This is, some people like it, some people don't. I feel like it was not the best addition to the game because I really don't like playing against bots, especially when I'm trying to play against good people, and then so I'll literally go all the way up until the top 10 of people just be killing bots and have like 7 kills and get destroyed because I haven't been warming up against regular players. So it's kind of like a waste of time, and so I have to play arena to be able to just play real players. So I think they should maybe regulate who's getting bots in their game, and just regulate that better, because I feel like it's kind of off as of right now. And an extra bad thing about chapter 2, I think the real world like movements of like the butterflies, like I don't know if anybody else feels this way, but the butterflies in the game and the little things that are moving around the map, I think they're a little too dynamic. Like I noticed that like right when I got into Fortnite, or right when I tried out chapter 2, that they were just a little too dynamic, and the fact that I was literally like my eye was trained to look at them thinking they were an enemy. So if they could tone that down, that would be great. Obviously that's a small change. I don't even know if anybody else noticed that, but that's definitely still happening for me, where I'm like I'm about to shoot a butterfly. So yeah, but that is pretty much all for the video, guys. This is kind of a rush video as I ended up deleting my first solo chapter 2 win, and I was planning to upload that tonight. So I kind of had to scramble for a video, but hey, you guys got a great video out of it, if I do say so myself. But yeah, with all that being said, guys, I hope you have a great day. Make sure to smash that like button down below and subscribe to the channel if you all are new. All right, guys, peace out.
This is